It's Sweetie C, your Sweetie C. What's up? How you doing? We're back with another series, Black and White series. I'm Black, I'm Sweetie C, and this is my co-host.
And I'm White, and I'm John Streeter.
How y'all doing today? Are you ready for the holidays? Are you ready for the holidays?
I'm the type of person that thinks that Thanksgiving is actually a day of mourning. So,
What about Christmas?
Christmas, I can get into it more if I see more kids enjoying and being happy during Christmas time. Mm-hmm. So, I'm one of those two that think that there's not enough children in the world enjoying Christmas, and we need to do more to make sure that that happens.
That's true. That's true. So, I hope everyone has a happy holiday.
Me too.
I hope you're able to spend time with your family and your friends. If you're not able to travel, you at least have something going on wherever you're at to keep you in good spirit. With that being said, we're going to have a show that acknowledges, and we're just going to give, matter of fact, let me let John explain what we're going to do.
We're going to recognize Black achievements in the Black community.
Yeah.
And how that, and I keep going back to this because I really believe this with my heart, that we're in a time of awakening to where more and more Blacks are being recognized for the great things that they're doing. Mm-hmm. Do you mind if I open up with something?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. This is an article I found.
Uh-huh.
It has to do with a 14-year-old boy by the name of Curtis. Mm-hmm. And in the article it says, while most people at age 14 are starting their freshman year of high school, Curtis Lawrence is starting his freshman year at George Washington University as a college student.
Wow. 14 years old?
14 years old.
Shout out to the Black community.
That's it. That's it. He says that in my university writing class, my professor asked me if I was a visitor or if I was someone's younger brother. Okay. Most of the people that I sit at tables with, they ask me how old I am and how I came to be there. And so I tell them everything. He says that Schools Without Walls, which is a program that allowed him at 14 to become a college student at George Washington University, prepared him for this big transition. The program is part of the high school, Lawrence said. Only 15 out of 200 students actually qualify.
15 out of 200 students qualify? So, for him to be 14 and to qualify, that means the level of intelligence is
phenomenal.
Yes.
And what is even crazier is he has a younger brother named Corey, mm-hmm. who is ready to be a part of the same program as well. Wow. And go to George Washington University. So there's some real, intelligence there amongst his family. And God, I'm really proud of the fact that Curtis Lawrence has this opportunity.
Shouts out to Curtis Lawrence. I wonder how he was raised. Like, some of the things he was taught, what was he exposed to get him to this next level. No, I have a teacher right here. She is ad-libbing, and she's welcome to join us.
Exactly.
She's welcome to join us.
Your thoughts?
I've heard about it. I know about the school.
Yeah. Oh, you're familiar with it?
I'm from DC.
Oh, okay. What part of DC?
I'm from Northwest.
Northwest. So do you know
School is.
this is in Northwest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it a upper community or is it a?
No, it's actually the school is for advanced students.
Oh.
So they bring a lot of students from all the countries. So John's absolutely right. There's a school for advanced students. You got to have a certain GPA to qualify for this school.
Right.
And there's a whole interview process you have to go through to get accepted. But this is a good school. It was like having a house in school.
So people from Texas can apply for that school, this program.
Yes.
And this program is called again what?
It is called School Without Walls.
Yes.
School Without Walls.
It's actually known all over the world. Mm-hmm. Pretty much all teachers know about it. We know about it as far as how can we send students there, or do we have students that could qualify to go there?
Wow.
Yeah. And they have things that they send out to show us, if we can model certain things from that school to our particular students.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Put your headset on.
Put my headset on, okay.
Yes. So that's great news.
It is really great news.
It's great news. So
Because it goes to prove that, all human minds can achieve great things.
yes, that's so true. That's so true. So, well, I have someone I would like to acknowledge,
Okay.
and this is a local from Texas. I want to give shouts out to Tom Joyner Morning Show.
Okay.
Tom Joyner Morning Show is he just basically, I would say, resigned, if that's the correct term or not, but
I thought he retired.
retired. That's what it is. That's the correct term.
Yeah.
He retired. He's been on 105.7 for 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
25 years. It's the Tom Joyner Morning Show. That's how you know. Everyone knows the theme song.
Wake up with that.
From
Yeah.
Texas.
Right.
If you're black, and then a lot of white folks.
Well, he's synchronized. Not synchronized, but his show's syndicated. It's all over.
Yeah, it's syndicated everywhere. So
Yeah.
it's a well-known show. It's actually a good show. He supports the black culture. It's definitely bittersweet, but out of it, it's still good news because Ricky Smiley's taking over.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. So even though Tom Joyner, he's retiring, it's like a bittersweet thing, but the good news out of it is he did give it to Ricky Smiley, and Ricky Smiley had posted a video acknowledging and just excited about this opportunity. Is long awaited. So, and Ricky Smiley is already doing good. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like, it was just a good transition to me.
Yeah.
It works. So,
Okay.
and just so you would know, Tom Joyner launched his first show January 3rd, 1994.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
about
definitely
right.
a long time.
Yeah. All right. So who you have next?
Well, I found this because I am a veteran myself, a military veteran. An 8-year-old boy out of Maryland has raised more than $50,000 and helped nearly 3,000 homeless veterans with his hero bags. 8-year-old Tyler Stallings started this 4 years ago when he was 4 years old, where he first learned some veterans were homeless. Veterans are a part of his extended family, including his father, uncle, and grandfather, and he always thought of them as heroes. He wanted to do something to help them right away, so he started making what he calls hero bags. And during the wintertime, a hero bag could be filled with a hat, gloves, blanket, toothbrushes, and toothpaste, soap, and a whole lot more. And why this is so special is because not only am I a military veteran, but I was homeless at one time myself, being a
Wow.
homeless veteran. And those things really do come in handy during the wintertime. So, I mean, what this 8-year-old boy has done is, again, he is black, and he says that he wanted to do something nice for as many veterans in need as I could because they deserve it. He's an 8-year-old young black male doing this for 3,000 homeless veterans. That's just amazing to me.
What? So that is that's great. That's great. It's hey, this little kid's doing more than what a lot of adults are doing, including myself.
Hello. His mother, Andrea Blackstone, came out and said that he buys a lot of the merchandise from donations, and that he's given bags and other items to many organizations that help homeless veterans, and has also given to individuals directly as well. 8 years old, and like you said, more than some adults will do. So, including our president, Donald Trump.
And it's crazy how everyone is
Sorry, I had to
emphasizing.
throw that in there.
Yeah. It's crazy how everyone is emphasizing. We always emphasize veterans. And in the media, it's like, oh, veterans, they need help. But We're helping them, but it's the community that's helping the veterans.
And an 8-year-old kid has come out and done more than just walked up to a veteran and said, "Oh, well, thank you for your service." I'm sorry, but that's one of my pet peeves is when someone comes up to me or they'll come up to someone who's a homeless veteran and go, "Oh, thank you so much for your service," but do nothing. Here, an 8-year-old kid that's done something.
Yeah.
I wonder if,
That's impactful.
did he have his mom and his dad in his life? Did it say?
I'm sorry?
Did he have his mom and his dad in his life? Because that's the huge, I mean, for him to come out and be that type of kid, I'm wondering who his,
Again,
supporters are. in his family.
he came out and said that, a big reason he did it too was because veterans are a part of his extended family, including his father, uncle, and grandfather, who were in the military. So yeah, he had a really good mom and dad that were role models to him and encouraged him to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's huge.
it's huge.
Very huge.
Role models are a huge thing.
Very much so, and just imagine with a little bit of access, how much we can do.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of access. All right, so next person on my list is
Okay.
going to be another local from Texas, comedian Rashawn Jones. He's also part of cracking jokes, catching chuckles.
He was here.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was here.
Okay.
He is like the Medea of comedy.
Really?
Yes, when you go to one of his comedy shows, number one, his comedy shows are reasonable.
And what's his name again?
Rashawn Jones,
Rashawn Jones.
W.
and he does a lot for the community, y'all. When I say he is there for DFW, he is there for DFW. One of the things he does every year is he has a cancer awareness show. One year I was reached out to him and he encouraged me to bring my friend. My friend, I used to work with her. She unfortunately had cancer, and then she was on her survivor side of cancer. Unfortunately, this year, I was going to invite her again to the show, but she passed. Now, when I invited her to that show, obviously I did not know her timeline, but just that fundraiser, I did not know that for her going to that show, she went to that show. I just invited her. He didn't really know who she was. You know what I'm saying? I just invited her, and he's like, "Okay, for all the cancer survivors, please come up to the stage." And the money he raised, all the money he raised, he gave to the cancer survivors, the two ladies that came up to the stage, and he split it.
Wow.
And he handed it to them. And that was just a blessing, you know what I'm saying, that how often do you go somewhere and you can leave with about a few $100? You know what I'm saying? And I was just really enthused about it. When I had invited her again, she had told me, she's like, "Yeah, if I'm feeling good, I'll go." And unfortunately, she didn't make it. So that's a sad thing. But another thing he does, he also did was he gave back to the homeless, and he linked up with a lady called April McLeod. I mentioned her last time on the show. She had a event, Strength is the New Beauty, and she's also a comedian. By knowing Rashawn, I know comedian Shawnee B. Shawnee B has a show here with us on KMWI Media. It's Shawnee B Entertainment. Fool with me if you cool with me. If you haven't checked her out, you definitely need to check her out on YouTube. She will be on tomorrow. Her discussion is depression. So it's a really good show tomorrow at 4. Okay. She is a comedian that's popping. From Trinidad, but she lives in Texas, and she's very supportive of DFW, and she really enjoys living here, and she has the best personality. She does a lot of good things as well. She does giveaways basically what I'm trying to say is this Rashawn Jones is linked to so many great people here in Texas that are doing great things for us. And a lot of comedians here are hilarious and they're giving back to our community. So I would like for everyone, he does have a page, Cracking Jokes, Catching Chuckles. Go on his page. He has a forum where, you know, you can go and you leave jokes and they're hilarious. Who else? Oh, another person I met through just by going to his show, a comedian, Marcus D. White. He just went to America's Got Talent today.
Wow.
And went in and auditioned for America's Got Talent. This is our own Texas own. These are all people I connected through with Sean Jones. Y'all, it's really important. It's really good to go out and support people within our community. You'd be surprised how many people you meet just by attending a comedy show. These people are popping in Texas. Another person's popping is comedian Shavana with a V. She's on K104.
She's been here too.
Yeah. So she does a whole lot with the community. And so shouts out to all our comedians in Texas. I don't think we have the best comedians here in Texas.
I agree.
And they're very
100%.
supportive of our community. So
And that's really the biggie there is they support the community, which is just, I mean, there's not enough of that. You know, I came down here from Illinois, and when you look at the different things that are not being done in the communities in Illinois, you know, California, you know, places that more and more people could be doing things as far as an outreach and helping those who are in need or are less fortunate than you and I. You know, they're taking their blessings and they're blessing others.
yes, they definitely are. And it's motivation. It actually is kind of it's kind of sad. How do you feel when you don't really do as much to your community? You see your neighbor doing a whole bunch of stuff, giving back to the community. Doesn't that kind of encourage you to want to do more?
Well, sure, yeah, but I do feel bad at the same time. It's like, John, you know, do more. So.
Well, who do you have next?
Who do I have next? Well, a woman in Indianapolis, a black woman by the name of Janet Easley. For the last 40 years, this woman, okay, a person just like you and I, has been feeding 10,000 people during Thanksgiving.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. She did it in 2018 and in 2019. This woman has been serving Thanksgiving dinner to thousands of needy people in central Indiana every holiday for the last 38 years and has welcomed everyone to the Turner Family Thanksgiving meal that was held at 3 locations this last year across Indianapolis. Easley has invited everybody, including children and parents, especially single parents going through hard times. She served turkey, potatoes or mashed potatoes, corn, and green beans, as well as for dessert, sweet potato pie.
All right.
Wow. At least you know she black with a sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I eat sweet potato pie.
You're the exception.
You're exception.
A lot of whites like pumpkin.
Pumpkins, yes.
No, sweet potato. I mean, sweet potato fries, sweet potato pie, sweet potatoes, period.
There was a little, it's funny because there was on a debate regarding sweet potato pie versus pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Which one's better?
Sweet potato pie.
I think this is awesome. This is awesome.
Just imagine how she started, though. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
she must have
feeding
started really small, and then
10,000
people started probably contributing food. I know she couldn't pay for stuff all herself every year, but maybe she'll, I don't know. But people probably donating food, cooking food.
Mm-hmm.
That, and there's something else that she does in doing this, okay? She doesn't do it alone.
Right.
She has help from 200 volunteers, plus inmates from Indiana Women's Prison who cook the turkeys.
Wow.
See, just think if we were to really, really invest in our criminal justice system
Hello.
reform
Hello.
by doing stuff like this. We don't need death row. I mean, honestly, I think a lot of times people who are, for the ones whose cases are actually real, and they're not being falsely accused, I feel like if they have more of a stable environment, or more of a learning environment, and just more of an understanding and giving back, not just on the side of the road picking up trash, or, you know what I'm saying, just actually really do something that gives back to community where they're actually doing it themselves.
Right. Being educated too.
Isn't that why they make the license plates? Isn't that getting back to the community?
I'm sorry?
Making license plates? Isn't that giving back to the community?
Making license plates.
Is he being funny right now?
Yeah, I was being
Okay.
I was being funny. Sorry.
Yeah, give us
Right.
license
I'm
plates
happy.
so we
Well,
can hide.
Unfortunately,
So we can swap our old ones.
unfortunately, being from California, born and raised California, you know, you look at how many prisons there are just in California. And unfortunately, the reason there's so many prisons is because prisons make money for those who run them. The white people that run the prisons are making money off of all the amounts of black people that are unjustly in those prisons. Because if we took all of the injustices, okay, and we took all of the innocent people, black people that were in prisons, and we took them out, prisons would be closing left and right. That's reality, unfortunately.
They'll find somebody to occupy them.
I mean, I honestly, even what they're saying, prisons making money, it's not making money for the community. It's just making money for
For
those
the white person that owns that
for
prison.
that owns that prison, and I
creating
can
jobs,
call.
isn't it?
Is it creating jobs?
Oh, yeah.
For mostly white people, if you look at correctional
Well,
officers,
yeah.
they're mostly white men or
I
women.
mean, they'll get hired first when they run out of white men, then they go to Latino and black. But
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. But
And-
they are creating jobs. It's tax dollars and
Well,
circulation.
Is that a reason to put people in jail falsely?
No.
Not at all.
But-
Not at all.
No,
Plus, the one,
no,
in Huntsville,
but
the one in Huntsville serves the entire state of Texas.
no,
So-
but
There's a lot of people fed into that.
Well, and I know some people that should be in those prisons and jails. They run our White House right now.
Right, Trump.
So-
You know, it's Trump's, but we can't say that too much because
Trump?
Secret Service might be knocking on the door.
Okay.
actually, we basically repeating what they're putting out on the news.
But we're black people, so we're not supposed to say it.
Exactly, and that's the other
Obviously.
unfortunate thing is white media. You know, white media not, you know, putting out their the truth. They're putting out fake news by making fake news against black people and what they haven't done. But that's, you know, something we can cover in some other shows.
That's why Seaweedy is on Truly Outspoken and No Alternative Facts, because she's
Okay.
speaking truth. But that's a good segue. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, y'all can catch me on my other show, Truly Outspoken, No Alternative Facts. Coming in January. We're excited. We're excited. We're excited. Oh, Lord. Oh, y'all excuse me because this weather is really getting to me. So where it gets hot and cold. So my sinuses are acting up. Okay, so I have another person I'd like to talk about from Texas, local. His name is Michael Hernandez. Michael Hernandez is a movie critic at Texas Metro News. When you meet this guy, you have no clue the amount of stuff he's involved in. No clue. First of all, majority of every Sunday, he goes and gives back to the homeless. Every Sunday. And he has people that meet him. He'll feed the homeless. And I did speak to him recently, and he'll be giving coats back to the homeless the next time he goes out. He is a big Cowboys fan. He is a big Cowboy fan, and one thing about Texas and our
Well, we
the
won't
fans
hold
of
that,
Cowboy in
we won't
Texas.
hold that against him, but
When the Cowboys are playing,
Oh.
we tend to tune into the Cowboys in Texas. But
I'm just kidding.
yeah, and he doesn't just support the homeless here in Texas. He supports the homeless. He supports a Congo Foundation as well. There's an issue going on in Congo, and some of the ladies in Congo needed supplies for the community. You know, whatever they may need, food, water, whatever necessary things they need to get to help them out. He had a foundation for that, which is really good. And then also, I was looking, he has a post where he has a picture with Mary J. Blige from 2011. Yes. Well, I say this man is doing great things. And he had a red carpet show, and Blair Underwood was there.
Wow.
This, I'm telling you, Michael Hernandez is a guy that I'm telling you meet, and you just look, you're just like, oh, hey, how you doing? But you have no clue who you're meeting. Be careful when you come to Texas and the people you meet. Honestly,
Exactly.
Be careful who you meet, because our superstars in Texas aren't really known.
They're humble.
They're very humble. They're very humble. And also, too, Michael Hernandez also is another person. He works really well with Shavonda with a V as well. And again, she participates in when he goes to feed the homeless, she participates as well. And there's a lot of people he's linked up with, but I definitely wanted to bring recognition to him because, again, there's a lot of people doing great things around the world. But I definitely want to bring awareness to those here locally in Texas and let you be aware of how to, who knows? You may have an event, or maybe you want to attend one of his events. Maybe you want to participate in feeding the homeless. You're listening, you're like, wow, what can I do to start giving back to community? We have a lot of people here you can link up with in Texas to do those things.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I should have researched more on people here in Texas.
No, you keep it
No,
international.
we
I keep it international.
That's fine. You can keep
look,
it that
I knew you were going to, when you were sending me on Facebook all the people that you were about to recognize.
You were like, no, not him.
No, I was like, oh, well, I can't talk. Well, we both can't recognize the same person, so I'm going to have to try to reach out a little bit.
I'm glad you did.
So I'm going to include Texas, make sure I include some people from Texas in this because, like I said, we have a lot of popping people in Texas doing great things.
Very much so. Very much so. And unfortunately, I've only been in Texas not even a year and a half yet.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I didn't get to Texas until August of 2018.
Wow.
I would have never known that. You see, I learned something new on the show. Welcome to Texas.
Well, thanks.
What are your thoughts?
Texas stoplights really irritate me, but
We're not alone, bro.
oh man, and the roundabouts, quit with the roundabouts. There's too many in Arizona, okay? Keep the roundabouts out of Texas.
What does that mean?
Okay, it's when you come up to, it's like an intersection, and they say it's got like a yield sign, and you turn right, and you have to go around this circle thing to wherever you want to go like
They
this.
got a lot of them in DC, like
Oh.
Yvonne Circle and Thomas Circle. There's a lot of them in DC.
Oh, okay.
I just don't like
I
roundabouts.
like them at stop signs though.
Yeah?
What? Yeah, because you're still moving.
Yeah.
Don't get caught.
Well, you still yield. You don't stop, you yield.
For what? A stop sign?
At the roundabout.
At the roundabout.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah. Like I said, but be careful with them traffic too, because you may think it's time for you to go. It ain't.
and it's funny. Let's just talk about that for a second. I got here in August of 2018, and my entire life, 58 years at that point, 58 years, I had never been in an auto accident. I was in my first auto accident here in Texas 3 months after being here. I was stopped at a stop sign and somebody ran right into the back of me, and as I pulled off to the right to pull over to get their information, they went through the stop sign, turned left, and sped down the street.
Oh, they left you hanging?
Yeah, they left me hanging.
Oh.
So there's some Texas drivers too that I kind of have a pet peeve towards as well. So.
And be careful, they may not be Texas drivers.
Yeah.
They may not be Texas drivers.
Okay. See, I'm learning something new every day when it comes to Texas.
Because a lot of people don't know how to drive and ain't from Texas.
They don't know how to yield.
Yeah.
Or how
know how to
to
yield.
or how to get on the freeway.
Oh, how to get on the
Oh
freeway.
my
How
God.
do you get? You
Yeah.
have to go the speed of the freeway.
You don't jump
Yeah.
out
You
there
do
20
not
miles an
jump
hour.
out there going 10 and then stop.
Right.
You are merging on.
And you don't stop for people merging on.
No.
You keep going.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It
Why
drives
would
me
people stop when people
crazy.
merging onto the highway? You're going 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, and you're gonna stop.
With
Why are you stopping?
300 cars behind you. Why?
Yes.
Exactly. Okay. Well, I'm not the only one then.
No, you're not. You're,
Okay.
You are not alone.
You are definitely
No.
not
Play the Michael
alone.
Jackson song.
Yes,
You're
yes.
not alone.
Right?
Shall I sing it?
Sure.
No.
Go ahead.
I just
Come
don't.
on.
I'm
Let
just
her
tired.
sing.
You don't want that.
Okay.
You want a lot, but you don't want that.
Oh, you want to see?
No, I'm just
No.
messing.
No,
I'm
no,
messing
no.
with him.
Oh.
No.
Because he says my
You don't-
voice is wonderful.
You don't want to. You don't want to hear me sing. Okay. That's why I don't have any bathroom windows where my shower's at. Okay. Because if there were, I'd be scaring away a lot of.
You'd be addicted by now, right?
Oh man, the cats would be running under the porch and squirrels up the trees.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to hear Patricia sing.
No.
Well, regardless if I can sing or not, I'm singing.
Yeah, I am
You
too.
just mute your mic.
I'm gonna
Me too.
sing,
Me too.
sing,
Me
and hit
too.
the
All wrong notes.
all the wrong notes,
And it sounds good
it'll
to
be
me.
the best
I
sound
know,
ever.
right? I know, I agree. See, tomorrow. Let me turn my mic off. See, I'm singing for real. Oh, tomorrow karaoke for real.
Yes.
We're gonna sing a song tomorrow karaoke.
Okay.
Just we're gonna dedicate
I'm
it to
only
you.
into after 6.
Oh, then that's yeah,
I got
because
a
that's
show here tomorrow.
that's all right. We can wait. They give us time to practice.
We're gonna make sure you hear us.
Yeah.
You gonna hear us.
You know, the dogs in the neighborhood.
The only way you're going to get me to sing is by giving me lots of alcohol. Okay.
They'll have that tomorrow. They'll have some tomorrow. Maybe we gotta blow up matches for you. Just in case.
Are you going to drive me back to the
No,
hotel?
we're taking keys. I'm taking keys. I don't want nobody going.
Hey, I'm a driver. I can drive.
Not under my watch. It's KMW media event.
All right. So who do you have next to talk about?
Well, internationally, you know, I want to talk about Tyler Perry. I
He
like
loves
Tyler.
some Tyler
I
Perry.
love Tyler Perry. I'm
Yo,
sorry, I
Tyler
just
Perry.
do,
You got
right?
one guy over here that got he got your back.
I think Tyler Perry has achieved some really great things.
And he has. He really has.
You know, when you look at, you know, he was born Emmett Perry Jr. By the way.
Do you sure you want that name? Are you sure he wants that name out?
He
Oh,
probably
I-
doesn't.
Oh no.
Not Emmett.
Okay.
Yeah,
We can't
no.
cut that out, can we?
No,
That's okay.
No. You
That's
just got
all
his
right.
attention.
Well, he changed Now, if I ever call him to be on the show, he'll be like, "No, because
You
you
call
called
me
me by my
Emmett.
first." Yeah.
My government name.
Right.
Ain't nobody ever know Tyler Perry as Emmett.
No.
Great. That's it. Okay.
Thanks to the white guy though, we know him as Emmett now.
Oh.
True government name.
Yeah. Well, he changed it at age 16.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
even worse.
He changed it to Tyler. Okay. You guys are horrible. But you know, some of his major works. You know, his most famous film, which earned a number of awards and nominations, is the romantic comedy drama film "Diary of a Mad Black Woman."
Yes. Have you
Made-
seen it?
I have not seen it yet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait till you see it.
Yeah.
You gotta check it out.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's
Why do you look at me like that?
I wanted you.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I want you to see it.
Okay. Anyway, he made with a, but no, he made this movie with a humble budget of $5.5 million, and the movie garnered a huge sum of $50.6 million at the box office.
I bet you he's
And it's
making
still
money.
making money.
Yeah.
Yeah. People still watch that movie.
I think it's on Netflix.
Netflix, it still comes on BET, USA.
Oh.
And
It may not be on Netflix. Don't quote me on that.
yeah, but there's different. It's on syndicated networks
Yeah.
every weekend.
Yeah, they'll play it on a regular. Yeah.
Every weekend.
And the thing that just boggles my mind and throws me is that Hollywood kind of like disowned him. You know, didn't.
They still disown it.
Yeah, they still disown him.
Right.
And it's why. I mean, this man is a great mind. He really is.
But he does. His movies are catered more to the black community.
Right.
So, and he chooses a lot of African American actresses
That are not known.
So,
Yeah, he's created a lot of jobs.
so
Yeah.
he's like he's a
He
different.
does for the community.
Right. So when you say that he's getting black, that's why he had to have his own studio.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Well, you know, it's time for the world to wake up and accept what blacks are doing more and more as some really positive things.
But
Instead
he's
of,
brought in also different ethnic groups. They're
Yeah.
coming to him now.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
is a good thing. because
Exactly.
of all that work he's putting out. So.
yeah.
And then him teaming up with Oprah, of course, helps as well. So. He's doing
And
good work.
and another thing that was really great about
Sweetie's favorite person.
Tyler Perry Studios is they filmed the last Miss Universe pageant, which, by the way,
Tell it. Say it.
okay,
Say it. Lead into it.
was won by the Miss Universe crown. Went to South Africa's Zosie. Let me see if I can pronounce this right. Zozibini Tunzi. Okay, and she bested 90 other women competing in the annual pageant. Again, that was filmed by Tyler Perry Studios.
Shouts out to Miss South Africa, Miss University
Yeah.
2019, Zozibini Tunzi of South Africa. We are really excited. I'm a YouTuber. Even though I'm on this show, I am a YouTuber. And I've seen so many videos of just excitement. We are really excited to hear that she won
Oh yeah,
Miss Universe. So that's really great.
And not only did she win Miss Universe, but let's take it even a step further in the fact that Miss, let me get to it here, Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, and Miss America were all won by black women. First time ever.
Yeah.
Is that exciting or what?
Oh, we're excited.
Yeah,
and
we're
even
very
more.
excited.
I'm excited. You're excited.
I'm very excited.
That's what's up. See, that's what you call an ally. When they're excited to see that black people are accomplishing and doing well, and it's not out of malice, not out of jealousy, just out of just like, look, I'm happy for you.
Exactly, because the black community is finally being recognized, and this 400 years of oppression and atrocities are again slowly, but they're coming to an end. You know, and let me just name off the winners. Okay. Miss Tunzi of South Africa was named Miss Universe. She joined a historic group of black women along with 2019 Miss USA Chesley Christ, 2019 Miss Teen USA Kalia Garris, and 2019 Miss America Nia Franklin.
That's what's up. And I would like to read this quote from her.
Please.
It says, society has been programmed for a very long time that never saw beauty in a way that was black girl magic. But now we are slowly moving to a time where women like myself can finally find a place in society, can finally know they're beautiful, she told reporters. She also hopes her new title will help bring a new, fresh, and different perspective of what South Africa is. Now, with South Africa, we do know that there are some issues going on in South Africa with a lot of whites in the area.
Yep.
A lot of racism. They even have a slavery type plantation. So for me, for her to be from South Africa and to win a to win Miss Universe 2019 speaks volumes. It really does speak volumes, and it really is a good look for South Africa. And hopefully this will help to change some of that racism that the white people are trying to continue in South Africa.
The ignorance.
All over.
And all over, here
Yeah.
too.
Because
Yeah.
hopefully it can open up the eyes that it's not just beauty.
Exactly.
It's more than beauty. And look deeper than beyond just, oh, it's a pretty girl, and open doors because it's a pretty girl. They're smart as well, and that there's other things that they can accomplish.
Well, and my thoughts too are that humanity consists of every color of skin, okay? And because it has been 400 years of oppression and atrocities and not really seeing black people for who they are, that we have to have what I consider a pendulum swing in the other direction. Mm-hmm. The scales have to be tilted in the opposite direction that they have been to bring about in humanity the unity that needs to happen for humanity to continue to exist. And that's why I'm excited about it too, is that we're finally realizing that we're all part of humanity.
Right. And there's some more quotes she said as well that I like. She said in a recent Instagram post, she called out her fellow South Africans to write love letters pledging support from women in her country. It is my hope that these pledges will start and continue a conversation around gender-based violence, Tuzi wrote. We have to start the narration where right-thinking people act as role models for those who think it's okay to mistreat women. She further says at the Miss University pageant, Tucci spoke about how conventional beauty standards haven't typically included skin and hair like hers, encouraging women to embrace themselves and love who they are. I grew up in a world where a woman who looks like me, with my kind of skin and my kind of hair, was never considered to be beautiful. She said in her last response before she was crowned, I think it is a time that stops today. I want children to look at me and see my face, and I want them to see their faces reflected in mine.
Exactly. It's, again, waking people up to the fact that I am talented, I am smart, I am capable of achieving great things regardless of the fact that I have a certain skin color or a hairstyle that you may not like. And, you know, the other thing, too, that white nationalist, white supremacist, white racist males have done to women in this country of all color, I mean, when you look at women when they were actually allowed to finally vote, I mean, white males have done nothing but put down women and people that are black and other people of color. And it's all got to stop. It's all got to come to an end.
And they put themselves down. I mean,
Oh.
I hate to say this, but I'm going to throw this in there. It's a little off topic, but I was a little disappointed that a Republican from Kentucky who let all those rapists and murderers out. That was crazy.
That was very crazy.
I mean, we're trying to move in a better direction.
A better direction.
And we still have racist individuals who are attempting to incite issues within our community. For what?
Can you explain? I did not read about that. What happened?
Yes.
And when was this?
So the Kentucky, and the Republican is recently, I think he just got replaced. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick so I get the facts. Okay. He's a governor.
Mm-hmm. Did he pardon them, or was it?
He pardoned them.
The new governor in Kentucky?
Yeah.
The Democrats are elected this year.
Defeated GOP governor pardoned violent criminals and spared lawyers. So the one that got defeated before he left, he pardoned violent criminals in a spree, like over 200. Let me see.
That's what they do when they're lame duck. They're on their way out. So.
Yeah, he did that on his way out, and so
Appalling.
it's appalling.
But
The point is, it's not even just our community. This is going to affect the white community.
Go yeah.
Yeah.
Because these are people, the people
That
that he
are dangerous.
released, they were rapists towards white people and murderers toward white people. So it's like, I really I don't understand the Republicans. They're not even helping on white people. It's just,
Oh God, it's. I was going to call it a circus, but it's worse than that. It's like Hitler and his henchmen all over again.
I guess he thought he was doing the same thing Oklahoma did, but that was Oklahoma released about 200, but they were nonviolent.
Exactly.
Non-violent.
They were exonerated.
Yeah, and but they, most of them were in there for drugs.
and they have marijuana cases.
Yeah,
that was it.
There's some fraud cases, some car theft. and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
but it wasn't.
That's why they re-released.
Yeah, it was nonviolent.
But this
This is different.
And see, there's another issue too, and that I have pondered and asked, why are we throwing people in jails and prisons because they are on drugs? Okay, why aren't we putting those people in rehabilitation type of facilities or situations to better their lives? No, we're throwing them in a jail cell or a prison cell, expecting them to get better. And but again, it's using up jails and prison space because that's what makes money. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
remember the drug wars under the Reagan administration?
Which is the biggest joke, because think about it. If it was truly a war on drugs, don't you think that would have been over a long time ago?
No, it's still. Well, if you call it a war, that's what it's going to be. But it was never a war on drugs. Even back during Nancy say no to drugs. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was never a war.
And then too, it's,
No, it was a money-making thing.
And
Yes.
in the '90s, under the Clinton administration, of course, when they had the 3 strikes thing, that was a fluke. He admitted it was a fluke. But what happened was, it was their way of saying, it was a political thing. Because a lot of people were against the drug use and everything, crack just hit the streets 5-6 years earlier and stuff like that. So they were concerned about, the people were concerned about what's happening in the streets, mainly the people who had money. But they weren't dealing with the folks who were using the cocaine. But
Right.
now the whole thing flipped. Because now it's opioids, and it's hitting the white community.
But
And now the president is trying to sign bills to prevent, but they're not making it. What are they not doing, Patricia? They're not making it a crime.
Right.
They're making it a mental illness.
Right. It's mental.
Mental health.
Mental.
Yeah.
Mental health.
Instead, it's just like the killers that go killing schools. We know who's doing it.
Yeah, white males.
Yeah, we
If you-
know.
if you
But
like-
Exactly.
it's a mental illness.
Come on.
But if we had a black shooter,
You'd
it
be a
is
terrorist.
he's a terrorist, and then all of a sudden now we need to take away guns.
Yep.
Or when a university win a game, a big game, they out there turn cars over and tearing down street signs. It's what? Celebration? When
Right.
black folks did it, it's
a
riot.
riot.
Oh, exactly.
but then too, we also have to, I'll just play devil advocate.
Okay, go ahead.
We as a community need to quit putting so much blame on our own when those things happen, because we understand it's out of frustration. It's just out of a lot of black crimes are just usually because they have
desperation
They don't have no
sometimes.
alternatives. They
Yeah.
feel like they're just in that they're just
Right,
closed.
because they're kept down. They're restricted as far as what ways they can move in society to succeed. And so, like you said, out of frustration and a desire to succeed, they act out in ways that our white community says, well, they're being violent, they're being terroristic. No, it's because the white people have held them down for 400 years.
Yeah.
That's why the crimes are committed the way they are, is because they have no other alternatives. That they lack the education. They lack the ability to go and get degrees at some of these universities that are afforded and privileged to white people.
And some of them don't even want to go get a degree. Like
But
Vocational school they could do, but it's not offered. To them.
But it's not offered, or
Yeah, it's taken out of the schools that need vocation. It's taken out of. I went to a school in Granbury, and I was shocked to see shop in the school. In a middle school, they had shop and mechanics. And they took it out of the schools that actually will need that.
Right.
Their school is catered to college. But you have SHOP, which is vocational.
But that's also could have been a lot of private dollars too that pushed that.
Push SHOP?
In those schools. You know what I mean? It depends on the community.
Okay, but
Even if there is private.
Agree or disagree, okay? We take a white person that goes and gets a degree, you know, at a major university compared to a black person who goes to a college or university and gets a degree, okay, a major degree. They are going to hire that white person over the black person any day. Agree or disagree?
I like to fight that, but I get it. You're right. You know, in huge aspects, you're right. Because I'm going to tell you, I mean, I have a postgraduate degree, but I can guarantee you that it's going to be hard for me to get a job in a leadership role here in Texas than if I went to some other state.
Yeah.
And then there goes that.
And y'all say I'm light skinned. There's no privilege here. Trust me.
There goes that we're systematic. So we have to acknowledge that when you say, hey, black people just go do this, there's really systems in place that are hindering us. Now, yes,
Exactly.
you can fight through it if you luck up on something or you meet the right person or, but if you don't, you could be in that situation for like 45 years, even with Tyler Perry.
Or longer.
How long was Tyler Perry homeless?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, for
I
a
have
long
notes on that.
time.
It was a long time.
Yeah, he was homeless before he became Tyler Perry.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah,
he started
play,
with,
right?
with plays, yeah.
He started.
Yeah,
that's when
I
he-
went to his plays. Quite a few of them that would come here.
He slept in his car, and a lot of, and it's a blessing that he still found motivation. But just think how many people don't find motivation.
Yeah, I
Right.
think he started his first play in Philadelphia, didn't he?
I think so.
Well,
And then
but
start
you see,
traveling.
The thing too that's great about Tyler Perry is he's quoted as saying, "It doesn't matter if 1 million people tell you what you can't do, or if 10 million tell you no. If you get one yes from God, that's all you need."
That's true.
It's true.
That's true. But we also have
Nah, no,
to
it's
we have to build it up though. Because
Right.
a lot of people don't. Again, it's a lot of things that go into things. You could have family issues. You could have friend issues,
Sure.
boyfriend issues,
Sure.
just even
mental issues, drug
Right.
issues,
drug
trafficking
issues, just
Right.
all types of things. And so I think when we look at these, we should always look at the environment before we judge. You know what I mean? Look at the environment. But yeah, we definitely need programs
Yeah.
versus just putting people in jail. Even my auntie from Cali, they have a big homeless issue in California. And they have people saying, let's just build homes, And my auntie's like, no. She doesn't say that because she doesn't want the people to have homes, but they have to be able to maintain their home.
Exactly.
Are they going to maintain a home?
Exactly.
Who's going to pay for those funds?
Almost like
give
reparations.
them,
Don't give it to the wrong people.
No, this is not even the same thing. See, he trying to start a whole conversation, and we about to end. Okay, don't play with my reparations and confuse
Exactly.
You
it.
got about 7 minutes.
But so when it comes to homeless individuals who actually have mental issues, who are proven that they're not able to maintain the ability to live, like they're not able to maintain taking care of their home, taking care of the bills. They use money elsewhere.
Okay, but what are we doing to help those with those mental issues
Well,
when we're wanting to spend billions and billions of dollars on building a stupid wall in between the United States and Mexico? Okay, when we have 22, and this is a big thing with me, 22 military vets, because of their mental issues, kill themselves each and every day. Over 8,000 military vets kill themselves on American soil every year.
Which is why I was going to say, my auntie says she feels like there needs to be some type of, not just giving them housing, but giving them a place where they can get rehabilitated.
Exactly.
24-hour care. You know what I mean? Where you can actually have a program, a system to prepare them for taking on the responsibility of their housing. So for those who are able to do it, go ahead and put them in housing. But those that that need someone to handle their bills for them, because they're not going to spend it right. And at the same time, you still should give them money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Everybody should have opportunity to have money to
And
get
to be
whatever
able to use it.
how they want it, regardless if you like it or not. But at the end of the day, if you really want to solve the issue, just building a home or just giving them money ain't helping it. If you need to build some type of institution where they can actually go through reform.
And you know what the city of Oakland, California is doing to homeless people
Huh?
so that they're not living on the street?
What?
They're going to put them on a cruise ship. They're going to dock a cruise ship, decommission it, and put homeless people on a cruise ship.
Oh, okay. It's odd, but.
Okay.
I see that.
Isn't that odd?
It can work though.
How?
So-
How can that work?
Is that
How
an
does-
easy
how
way
does
to
that-
ship them out without?
I mean, where's the ship going? You just go put them on the waters for life?
I know. Just
You said
It's
decommission.
Yeah,
gonna
adopt
stay-
them,
it's gonna
but-
stay docked.
Yes, decommission. It's like a
yeah,
hotel.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a hotel.
So put them on a boat that's decommissioned at a dock.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's gonna
So
sit there.
they're just
What
going to
is
be
that
all in a
doing
boat
to help them?
together.
Well, it's giving them a roof and a shower and hopefully some food. So I mean,
Hopefully some food.
well, I'm sure they're gonna
Yeah,
put it
that's
in
what
there.
I'm saying,
It's like a homeless
hopefully.
shelter, but it just happened to be a boat.
Hopefully it doesn't just take off one day.
Right, just kind of float out to
float
sea.
out.
Oh, the line's broke. It's floating out to sea.
Yeah, our homeless
Titanic.
problem is in control.
Or they
That's how we handled this homeless situation in Oakland, California. Just kind of floated out to sea.
or they went swimming and never came back.
Right?
I mean,
That's interesting. That's different.
I have to look into that more because that's I'm not saying that. I just want to know who thought of this and where they going with this.
Well, but
Ships are pretty big though.
They're huge.
Those, if it's a naval ship, you know it's big. Depends on
He's
which
at a
one.
cruise ship.
let me see if I can look it up here.
Cruise ships are huge.
Cruise ships are huge.
They're huge. I mean, they have like
So they can
15 levels.
So
So 15 levels.
So the next question is, how many of them are going to really be homeless?
Yeah, because I would stay on one. I love cruise ships.
Shoot, times get hard.
I
They
know.
aren't doing karaoke and they aren't serving alcohol.
I
okay?
know, but I mean,
And you might have some people working for the ship to feed everybody, like in the Navy.
maybe.
Show me the article on
Or
the
the
cruise
homeless.
ship
Have
in
the homeless
Oakland
working
that
there.
is housing the homeless.
So maybe the homeless are feeding each other. You know that give
The
you
food
free.
is coming from some other resources.
Yeah.
It's a lot cheaper. You gotta pay for electricity.
All right.
You know, it's cheaper.
So they have what, their own generator on the boat?
Probably, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So here's the article.
Water pumps.
Okay. Oakland considers housing the homeless on a cruise ship. Okay.
Okay.
And it shows pictures of it. It's quite huge. This is not exactly the love boat, as the article puts it, but it could help make a dent in one California city's homeless crisis. During a city council meeting on Tuesday, Oakland City Council President Rebecca Kaplan broached the idea of using a cruise ship to house up to 1,000 homeless people, suggesting a ship be brought to the Port of Oakland as the region deals with skyrocketing costs of living and a shortage of affordable housing. It could be a great way to house a lot of people quickly,
Yeah.
Kaplan told the San Francisco Chronicle. Cruise ships have been used for emergency housing after natural disasters and for extra housing for things like the Olympics.
So the question is, if we have a natural disaster, then where do people going?
Same place everybody else go.
To the cruise ship?
Cruise ship.
That ship may be, I mean, say California breaks off. You want to be on the ship somewhere,
Yeah.
so you can get out to the, get out to the Oakland Bay and then to San Francisco Bay and head out to sea. I don't want to be on California.
But there's your cruise ship. Okay. I don't know if we can show this on the camera or not.
I can, when
That's how big the cruise ship is.
You said it holds 1,000 people, so that's
Yeah,
that's
it's
pretty decent.
I mean,
yeah.
it's a pretty big cruise ship.
That's not a bad idea though. Come think about it.
I don't know. I think that's not solving anything.
It's not.
It's just masking it. And again,
I mean,
if we
it's a short
keep
term, but-
if we keep masking and just throwing people places and we're not addressing the issue, we're not going to get anywhere.
Aren't that what they're doing with prison systems?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a short-term thing. Well, it's long-term.
No,
Prisons,
it's nothing short term. If you start doing this process, they're never going to solve anything.
but people go to jail. Not all of them in there for life.
Innocent people
They get back
go to
out.
jail.
So it's a short-term thing, the prison thing. But if you don't fix the problem outside of jail, You're just going to have a revolving
This is not
circle.
fixing the problem. Throwing people on ships
It's a
ain't
temporary
fixing
fix. Yes, it is.
It's not a temporary fix. You could put them at a hotel if it's we want a temporary
Who's going to pay
fix.
for that?
Exactly.
You could put it. You could put
Isn't
them.
there a vacant hotel somewhere in Oakland?
You know how
they
many
could put people
vacant
in?
buildings
Would
there
you put
are?
homeless people in your hotel if you're
Do you know
homeless?
how many vacant buildings there are that are being accessed that they could put it in?
But hold up. The hotel is to make money.
Okay.
So if you're not, unless somebody's going to pay you for all those rooms on his ship, the city will pay for it. So I'm like, hey, why not?
No, I'm referring to the locations that are closed, that there are buildings that are still available, like throughout Texas. You could drive throughout Texas and you could see several blocks of buildings that are not being used.
And how much does it cost to fix and bring them up to code? For
I have no
people to live
idea who has access
in? More
to
than it
it.
is to put them on a ship.
It
I
doesn't.
guarantee
You
it.
no. You have the money to do it. You get funds all the time. This is not helping the situation. Throwing them on the ship. That's just another way of just ignoring the situation till somebody who really cares is going to do something about it. Let's quit ignoring the situation and actually address the issue. How
Exactly.
many years we got to keep just throwing them away to somewhere?
So what do we need to do? Because many of them that are on the street have mental illness or drug issues.
Build. Okay.
We start spending money and putting money into programs that'll help out that mental illness instead of just ignoring it or sending them away, like the VA does.
And you can
sending
use the
people away
ship.
because they don't have the money or they don't want to take the time to deal with this person's mental illness.
Or why don't you use the ship and employ people to start those type of programs?
Or what if they? Because I personally know a few.
We got 1 minute, you guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I personally know
Comes from the
someone
engineer who interrupts everything.
that they do not want to admit to their mental illness.
Right.
So how do you help people that do not want to? And I believe many homeless they do not admit to them that there is something wrong, that those extra people talking are not real, and that the drugs has taken over and they refuse to get off. So how do you may put them in the program and they get out and they go back to the same thing. They won't take their medication. They refuse to take it, and so now they are homeless because that burden is. That's a big burden to deal with as far as having someone in your home that is not safe for you or the people in your house.
Well, I'm going to be really unpopular in another show here by
Okay.
saying this, but that's why when I came across an article dealing with computerized chips implanted in the brain that is helping people with different diseases, okay, and helping them with other mental issues. Okay, if a person refuses completely, does not want help, and they continue to go down the same pattern, maybe something like that needs to be incorporated to help that person.
But who's going to force that in
Yes,
state?
that's very unpopular.
Yeah,
Right?
and it's because
But
you have to force it in law and saying, hey, we have the right to invade your mind and implant something
there are
to
things
invade
called
your
the
mind.
ACLU.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to allow that. People will fight against that.
Never say never in
Well,
this
not
country.
never. Okay, not never, but it's not never. I think too many people will fight against their body. It's like putting the GPS plant on people, a homing device on criminals. They mad because it's on their ankle, but that's just supposed to lost their rights. Regular citizens.
Okay, but we're dealing with a situation where the person refuses to change or get the help that they
Refuse
need.
help.
Then you
Yeah.
got to put them in a hospital where they
There's-
get some treatment.
Well, they don't want that.
We can find it, okay. We have to go to a point where it's not really about what they want, because really you can't talk about what you want because you're homeless and you have people that are trying to help you out. So you do have the option to go and get some help. But as far as this chip thing, I disagree with it only because I don't feel like any type of
Well, do you
Coming
think,
as-
do you
as
think,
a-
do you
as
think
a-
institutionalizing that person
let
is
me
any
s-
better?
as an
As
engineer.
long as they're getting help.
I just think that is not an effective situation to put a chip. Because what if somebody takes over the chip? I mean, there's so many things that could
Yeah,
happen.
somebody can hack
Because
it.
we have
Okay,
serious
but-
hackers now.
Forcing somebody into an institution, is that fair?
That's not forcing.
Well, you can't
if,
force
if,
them.
if you want to live at a place, look, these are your homeless these are your options. We're trying to help you. We're
they
trying to
don't
make
want
it. We're trying to make okay, but people don't want help all the time. It doesn't matter. You're not going to be on the street, so you need to be somewhere. And these are programs available. So go ahead and just sign up for this program. You know what I'm saying? And handle it that way. I don't like grape juice, okay? But who cares? You know what I'm saying? we have to find ways to. I just don't. I just disagree with Chip. I just put it like this.
Okay.
I don't think it.
That's
But
fine.
it's like it says, unpopular opinion, and your opinion is put
Valid.
chips in white people.
It's valid.
He said put chips in white people.
Because a lot of times they won't, see, a lot of times they won't change their bias or their racism. So yeah,
So he knows white people more. So he may say they just need a chip.
they
Okay.
need a chip. Stop that thinking. That stinking thinking.
All right,
These
y'all.
chips gonna shut them down though.
But we're going to go ahead and end the show. We hope you enjoyed our show. Make sure to call in. And also, too, when I post a video on YouTube, comment below. Give us some questions, some show ideas. What are some topics you would like for us to discuss? Do you have anything to say, John, before we head out?
No.
Merry
Nothing?
Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. You can always go on my Facebook page, John Strader, and see some of the things that I post. Comment on them. Let me know what you think, even on the ones in which I'm incorporating brain chips.
Well, don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Again, this is the Black and White series, and it's Sweetie C. Yo, Sweetie C. Talk to you later.
Bye.